So we're back here at this system, and so this was the 3 air handlers here and 3 air handlers right here. The 1 dehumidifier, the 2nd dehumidifier right here. And right now we're putting in a monitoring control system for monitoring the air handlers and the units upstairs. So this will be like a permanent system, and there'll be 2 of them because there's 2 20-ton systems on the heat recovery systems on the top. And so the way we have this set up right now, as you can see it, this is what you would see on your LGMV laptop when you're hooking up for diagnostics and recording and stuff like that. So give you an idea. Here's your system in operation right now, and so this is like a 47-inch screen or so, and you could keep track of your system. You get to see when your compressors come on. Right now it's a really low load. Some of the lights, the heat load inside the system is turned down, so this particular one system is not actually operating. Probably if I had the other one over there turned on, those compressors might be operating at a very low level because it's so cold outside right now, and some of the lights are turned down inside, so the heat load in the room, you can actually see, okay, you know, everything from the superheat, the subcooling. You can see the fans are not operating up on the outdoor unit upstairs. You can actually see the temperature of the thermistor for temperature sensing in the unit of the air that's being sucked back into the air handler itself. There's a sensor up there, so you actually get to see each one of those sensors in operation. You could record and graph out your whole system. Let's see. Let's go back. So here's the AC Smart system. It'd be nice if I didn't have my light on my thing right now because I'm just totally blinding you out. But what you're seeing on the sensors over there are on the sensors here basically. And like I said, that's our voltage spike and battery backup right there to protect this system from any voltage spikes, or if power goes down temporarily, this doesn't even get interrupted. It doesn't even know when power goes out. I could unplug it and the system will stay up and running. That is also providing the voltage spikes and suppression for the monitoring system that is located over here. And we got the HDMI extender, so we have the HDMI extender, a divider hub going, and this is running all the way up to the roof, to the 2 heat recovery units on the roof, where we have a, what is that, a Latte Panda, which is a Windows base or a Linux base, and it also could run Raspberry Pi or Arduino on it, but we're using the Windows part of the Latte Panda Latte upstairs, so we could load our Windows program for our interface for the LGMV is loaded onto that Windows chip on the Latte Panda. Then the Latte Panda goes to the computer interface to the LGMV. Then the LGMV goes to the HDMI extender, what comes down here to the screens for the customer. And so the customer will have both his units up on the wall. So it's constantly running 24/7. And as the customer turns equipment on and off in the unit, he can literally see his compressors wind up and down. As we can see here, the expansion valves are doing nothing because everything is in the off system, so it's only open minimally to a 40 dwell. And you can see we have 2 6-tons and a 9-ton on this one heat recovery unit up on the roof, and this is exactly mirrored to this system. And the good thing about always setting up mission crucial systems exactly identically, the exact same electrical layout, the exact same piping layout, air handlers and everything. If you have 2 systems running next to each other, and if you have a customer who wants to monitor them, they could see the numbers every day and they get used to it. And warning flags and warning calls don't come up until it's too late. But if you start seeing the compressors operating on one system much longer and harder and spinning up, you know something's going off, something's not normal. So you can actually preemptively prevent a failure or a warning from coming up by actually looking at it every day and seeing the numbers are identical to the left and right system. And so this is like a little extra measure over your normal everyday logging or waiting for a problem happening. You actually can see when something is drifting out. If you always noticed, like if this system came on right now and you always noticed that two of the expansion valves, their duty cycle was say at 350 and one was still staying at 40, and it was always staying at 40, but it was enough that it worked, but it didn't set a signal, it didn't set an alarm. You go, okay, for some reason this one's not working. Or you seen one wide open and it was at, you know, like 800 counts and all the rest of them on 200 systems are at 400 counts, but one was at 800. You go, okay, why is that one air handler just feeding a ton of refrigerant all the time trying to catch up, but it never catches up, but yet it did not set a alarm code? So that's the purpose for this. This is just a step above and beyond anything that most anybody else does for us. This is like a facilities manager, a stationary engineer would have this in their engineering room and they would look at all their equipment. This is what we're now getting into, setting up all our customers so they have the option of a monitoring system all the time, 24/7. They could monitor it from their home, from their phone, from their PDA, their laptop, while they're on vacation. And if there's anything they see out of usual, they could call us up and we could log in onto the same system and we get to see what's 24/7, what's going on. If we want to monitor something at midnight when there's a rainstorm or a snowstorm and it's some sort of problem that only happens in nighttime hours, we can actually sit down at home, have a coffee and watch what's happening and see when it logs out or before it has a problem. And that's our setup here. And that's what's going to be going on to every system we install. Will literally have a monitoring system on it, so the customer can actually see everything going on. All right, that's this short video for today.